Gentleman's Board podcast, where producers, artists, and engineers pull up a seat, chop game, and build legacy. I'm your host, Neff, producer and audio engineer who's worked with some of hip-hop's finest. And I'm here to give you the unfiltered truth about studio life, the show grind, and the business behind the boards. Whether you're just starting out or sharpening your edge, this is where we talk mindset, music, and making real moves. Let's get into it. Hey, peace. What up, y'all? It is Neff, and I am back here with the Gentleman's Board. Today, what I want to be talking about is publishing your music, registering your music. This is a big thing that I've seen on the internet. I've seen all over the place. I've experienced it. I've seen people do the right things, the wrong things, the in-between things, all that kind of stuff. This is something I'm very passionate about. This is something that I used to, especially before I moved to New York City, I used to Google this. I used to try to figure out how to do it online, how to do it myself. And there's a lot of miscommunications. There's lots of misunderstandings on this. And I'm just going to dive in. You know, it's through my own experience that I've done this. It's through my own experience that I've done the wrong thing, done the right thing, done the in-between thing, done all of the things. Let me tell you, first off, before we do this, man, I'll get really vulnerable with you. When I first got it, it took me almost a couple years until I got my first BMI statement. You know what I mean? Because it takes a while for things to happen. It takes a lot for things to even really go through. A lot of streams, a lot of radio plays, all that for anything to even count. And then it really just takes a lot for it to just be received in the correct way. Now, I thought I was doing all the right things. I thought I had it down packed from the beginning, this and that, especially from all the misinformation that I got from the internet. Again, this is why one of the big reasons why I'm so passionate about this is there's a lot of misinformation. I'm not trying to diss anybody, but I might be trying to diss everybody when I say this, is there's a lot of producers and content creators on this internet, the same internet we're on right now, that I'm on right now, that have never really done this. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, but guys, there's a lot of misinformation. People that have done this on the internet, and they've done the same type of tutorial, but they never got a BMI, they never got an ASCAP, they're not putting real music out there, and they're just talking about things that they've read on the internet, not experiences they've lived through the internet, okay? I digress, okay? But it's really important. There's a couple of truths that I want to bring to you. Registering your BMI and your ASCAP and your music through these does not automatically mean that you're going to get a lot of money through your streams and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't mean that, okay? I'm sorry. What it means is taking ownership and thinking about your future. All right? Because with BMI, ASCAP, and certain publishing and, you know, just ways of doing these things, these types of companies, it's really made for if you get a placement on TV, if you get a placement in a commercial, if you get a placement, and you're getting a lot of radio streams, not through mix shows specifically, but radio shows. The dumbed down version of like what you get paid off of with this, I'll tell you, this is like the easiest way to remember. If you're listening to something and you can't choose what you're going to listen to, okay? That's the easiest way to think about this. You're watching TV, a commercial is about to come on. You're listening to the radio. Also another thing, and I'll get in on this with a different video, totally fine. A lot of radio plays are through SoundExchange. You get paid on the upper hand of the money wise. No, you know, you get more plays off of radio through SoundExchange, but you also get some through BMI ASCAP, the publishing and whatnot. So that's really it. Oh yeah, you could even you could be in a Chipotle or McDonald's, and it's a Pandora, and it's on a shuffle thing. That's gonna be through BMI, ASCAP, stuff like this. What it's really good for is having your stuff registered for when it gets picked up. You know what I mean? Because a big thing that we want to happen is we want our music, commercials, TV, whatnot, stuff like that, or big placements, big placements with like assigned artists, stuff like that. So that's where you really want it to be tapped into. For me, most everybody in this industry, whatever, you do it as soon as you release the music. You want to register your music with these publishing companies, okay? For me, and I suggest highly for other people, is to get with a publishing company. There's a lot of ways to do it. You can hit me up about how to do that, or I might even do a different video on this. There's these new companies. What you want is publishing admin. Again, publishing admin. That's the type of deal that you want to have. You can start your own publishing company. I have not done that. I'm not going to get in on that right now. I do have many friends that have their own publishing company. You can start one and register it that way. But what happens, guys, is when you register your music, I'm going to just do the basics, okay? Don't just hit me off and just write me off for saying the misinformation or whatever. I'm telling you the basics right now so you can kind of get a gist and things go from there. So a lot of times it's like all right, so you're a producer and you're an artist, okay? You guys come out with a song, okay, it's going to be like half and half, right? Okay? Because you get half of it as the composer side, half of it as the writer's side, right? Okay, so there's both of those sides to it. But then you also get publishing on both sides. So for me, it's like, all right, hey, me and Bobby J from Rockaway are releasing a song. Okay, it's released. Now I got to go on my BMI and register it. You're going to have Neff's side is going to look like this. Composer, music side, and publishing side. Bobby J is going to look like this. Writer side, most likely publisher side. It should be that way. Not everybody is going to have a publishing company that they go on. If Bobby J was someone that did not have a publishing company, it would just go Neff, music, composer, and publishing. And then say the artist does not have a publishing company, it would just be their writers, and they would take from the publishing their writers' share. So when you get this, you get 200%. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it's because of the publishing as well. So you get 100% on one side. 100 equals 50. So 50% is going to look like 100, and 50 of that is going to be my music and composer side, and then 50 of that is going to be registered with my publishing company. Then it's either going to be the artist where it's going to be half of it is artist, so 50% artist and 50% publishing, or you're going to go completely 100% and claim 100% artist. There's going to be different ways. It's going to be it might not all be the same for you, for someone else, but that's like kind of the basics of it. And it's really important to do this. I would love to break down what it looks like. Get on a one-on-one with me. We can register our music together. So yeah, it's really important to do this. You want to take full ownership. All right. I might have a song that's doing nothing. Okay. But what happens? This director comes along. They want to put it in a show. Okay. All right. Well, I already have it registered. Okay. So there's also a lot. There also is time. You don't have to do it right away. Okay. You can upload your stuff to DSPs. And then you can you have it out there. It's, you're moving vinyl, you're moving CDs, you're moving cassettes, kid. But you're also moving to your streams and whatnot, okay? It's all on the distro. Everything's out. you should get right on it. You don't have to, okay? I'm just going to let you know you don't have to do it the same day. You can wait a little while, register it. That's fine. Also, another thing, too, is like there's millions and millions, hundreds of millions of dollars that's always in this, what's called black box. And it's this money that has not been claimed, okay? So you always want to make sure you're claiming your stuff, you're owning your stuff, okay? This is a big part of what it is to run a business as someone in the music industry. You want to own your stuff, you want to own your market, you want to own your brand, you want to own your business. Right now what we're doing is we're owning our business. These are products that we can put out there, okay? So yeah, hit me up. I'm going to go, a little further in this in other videos. SoundExchange is another thing that you want to get registered like right away, where it has to do with some of these streaming. This is not mechanical royalties. These are regular royalties. And we'll also get into what it looks like to register your music on DSPs, okay? So right now, yeah, get your music registered. If it's not registered, go on there, register it. I personally am on BMI. BMI is free to sign up. I don't know. I forget what the fee is, but I know that ASCAP has a fee when you sign up. I don't want to quote myself because it might be different at the time that this video is out, all that. But there is, those two things. I believe ASCAP has been around a little longer. BMI, it's really the same thing, so it's going to be a personal preference. Do your research. Always do your research on this stuff. Take it from me, take it from other people, but also do your own research on all of this, okay? So I'm going to wrap it up now, man. It's been great to talk to you. I'll talk to you more. Register your music, BMI, ASCAP, get a publishing company, join a publishing company. Remember, publishing admin. That's what you want. All right, so until then, man, Neff signing off. Gentleman's Board. I'll see you at the board. All right, peace, y'all.
Appreciate you tapping into the Gentleman's Board. If you found value in this episode, pass it on, because game's meant to be shared, not hoarded. Subscribe, leave a review, and hit us on socials with your questions or topics you want covered next. Remember, stay sharp, stay focused, and treat your art like it's an asset. I'll see you back at the board next week.